And welcome back to The Factor Uncensored. The political power flex that shocked a lot of Americans. An American-based pro-Israel group spent $8 million to beat Squad member Cori, who was seen as too leftist and didn't support Israel as some expected. I talked with political expert Dallas Jones about the power these groups have on election here in the United States. And joining us now on The Factor Uncensored, we have with us political consultant Dallas Jones. So Dallas, you know, when many people say, don't mess with those of Jewish faith here in America, it could get you in a lot of trouble. But you never thought, a lot of the average person never thought there were actual groups out there who take Israel very seriously in protecting it, especially when it comes to legislation and U.S. support. And that group is American Israel Public Affairs Committee, AIPAC, that many people just didn't realize that they are pro-Israel supporters here in the United States. I think it's like 3 million strong now, and they raised millions of dollars for those who do not support Israel, especially in Congress. Now, we've had two people to learn the hard way, and they're part of the so-called squad out of Congress. Representatives Cori and Jamal Bowman both have lost their seats as a result of not fully supporting Israel. Your thoughts on this, and do you think the average person knows it's so organized?
Well, you know what? Interestingly, it's been the last two election cycles since AIPAC, the American Israeli Political Action Committee, has actually played from a monetary perspective in congressional races. Prior to that, AIPAC was the number 2, number 3 most powerful lobby group in Washington, simply using people power, right?
Right.
Over the last cycle, as they saw losses and not necessarily the impact, we understand the influence of money in politics. And so as a result, they did a pivot, a shift in how they played the game. And so as a result, you started to see this influx of money from both AIPAC and the AIPAC supporting Super PAC, Democracy United Super PAC, and they began to play in a very big way, influxing 9, 10, 11, $6 million here, there, everywhere into these races. And so what people are now realizing is that AIPAC is funded and ran and supported by individuals that believe in a strong state of Israel, that believe in the sovereignty of Israel, that believe in the protection of Israel. And as a result, they are willing to put their money where their mouth is. And we are starting to see that play out in American politics.
It's just not this American Israeli group. There are allies out there, Black individuals who they call on, they reach out to work with them as well, right?
Absolutely. I mean, there are groups that are pro-Israel that believe in this commonality of a cause, a unified call for freedom. And these groups have become empowered, and they've played in these races. And you know, whether it's a district like Cori Bush's, where Wesley Bell had served that district for a long time, noted through the Michael Brown killing and subsequent prosecution of officers, whether it's that district or others, like there are people that understand what it means to have that type of allyship. Now, whether you agree with them or don't, the reality is they're here, they're playing, and they're playing in a very big way. And we're going to,
and the system allows it.
It allows it. And so American politics is going to have to recalibrate, much like many things. The Republicans are experiencing the same thing on their side, where it's saying, look, if you're not pro-MAGA, pro-Trump, guess what? We're coming after you. Mm-hmm. This is where our politics are now, Isiah.
It's getting personal. All right, Dallas Jones, political consultant, thank you for joining us here on The Factor Uncensored, sir.
Thank you, sir.